Does life imitate art? Because we might be living in the Broadway play Death of a Salesman. So first of all, I've actually never seen Death of a Salesman. I did read the Cliff Notes on it before I made that comment, so I think it does have some connections to this video. There are a lot of other things that go on in that play, so if you are a Broadway play buff, please don't at me, don't comment that I used a bad reference there. Truth is, life is moving extremely fast in this digital age, and the internet has single-handedly created a ton of opportunity, but also has kind of left a lot of bodies in their pursuit of disruption. Technology didn't set out to create a bunch of these casualties, but one casualty that seems to be caused by technology is to outside sales professionals. So in a recent decade, if you look at hiring data, it does show that outside sales professionals are declining while inside sales professionals have been growing rapidly. So you're seeing kind of a flip in the sales strategy in the organizations. And this kind of ratio of outside to inside does depend a lot around like what consumer packaged good category that you sell within or your brand owner in. You do have some of the categories that are more broadly sold or penetrated digitally that have a lot less outside salespeople, but then you have something like beverage that is still very much physical retail and has a lot of outside sales professionals still to support those networks of distribution. Now, if you are in one of those categories like beverage, I will say with a lot of confidence that don't rest on your laurels, because you are going to get disrupted like anybody else. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it already happening. So make sure that you are watching this video, taking it to heart, regardless of how confident you feel you're going to have a job in the near future. So what's at the heart of this disruption of outside sales professionals? You can really point to technology to being one of those key factors because it's driven down costs, but it's also helped provide market accepted substitutions to earlier sales strategies that needed to be done in person while traveling to the customer. Now I want to make sure I get this straight and kind of mention this right off the bat, is that outside sales professionals I don't believe are going to go away anytime in the near future. What I'm saying is that they're going to be continuously shrinking, and those that are not evolving are going to struggle to find positions in their industry. So if you are thinking about adapting and you want to make sure that you're sustaining your value or increasing your value to the organization, the CPG industry, what does this new age sales professional look like? What should you be looking at to do right now to increase your value to organizations? So I think firstly, accept this idea of inside sales growth, implement some type of hybrid inside outside type of model for yourself. Make sure you're mastering the processes, procedures, the tools, the expectations that go along with inside sales positions, because by having that experience, it might open opportunities for you in the future. If you're welcoming to this new model, what you might find is that you're going to be saving a lot of time, and with that time of not having to travel to all of your clients and doing all those kind of inefficient in between driving or things that you can't really get a lot of stuff done, what you'll find is you have some extra time to master and implement some of the other items that I'm going to mention now. So first off, make sure that you are building a personal brand. I think that personal branding is one of those paramount things that you need to establish in the future. Everybody has a personal brand, regardless if you're focusing on it or not. So it's better to take control of your personal brand, make sure you're putting out the right information about yourself so you're looked at positively with the industry in which you work. You want to focus on showing your value to your customers, your industry, making sure that you are an active member in the community. The more that your personal brand grows positively in the industry in which you work, the better chance you have at opening doors, the better chance you have at creating some opportunity for yourself. Now, I know some people listening to this might say, hey, my brand, the brand that I work for, the business that I work for, is not cool with people going out and building their own personal brand or focusing on their personal brand. What I'll say to that, and this is very blunt, is that if you have an organization that is like that, quit, leave. they have a very dated idea of what personal brands bring to the company. They are honestly just scared that you're going to go out and do something more valuable for yourself than you are for the business, and that is just something that you don't want to be around. You want to be a part of an organization that understands how valuable a personal brand is to the company that you work for. Next thing to kind of focus on to be one of these new age outside sales professionals is to get a good understanding of digital marketing. Now, you can view the internet and digital sales as challenger and as the person that's taking away your jobs, but if you don't understand who your competitor is, you're not going to be able to beat it. So what I'm saying is that there's a lot of opportunity that comes with understanding digital marketing, and you can use them to your advantage to increase your value as an outside sales professional. So things I'm talking about here is, hosting maybe Q&A around the product, or doing trainings or something like that on some of the live platforms that are on social media, maybe even Google Hangouts, or some other type of webcast technology that you have within your company. The idea here is that you're able to reach more people, add more value through digital. You're kind of scaling the unscalable. You're not having to physically travel to each one of those customers. You might be able to host 20, 30, 40 customers at a time and be able to offer some value to them in a way that was a lot harder to do before digital. The other one is to kind of understand and utilize digital marketing for the communication aspect. Social, email, and other forms like text gives you the ability to consistently add transparency to your customer list for products, new products, announcements, news, what's happening behind the brand, what's happening in your life, to kind of involve and create a stronger relationship with your customer. Everybody's time is limited, so again, if you're able to kind of scale the unscalable a little bit and create some solutions through digital communication and marketing yourself and marketing the brand, it will help you in the future. And the final one here is to kind of move away from being a order taker or somebody that is just trying to focus on maybe short-term sales or focus on trying to land customers, and moving into more of like a consultant type of a position. In today's world, the product that you are selling now has tons of substitutions. It's very hard for you to stand out in the sea of sameness that has happened in this low barrier of entry type of environment. So you need to kind of move away from just trying to sell that particular product and move into more of like a value-added, consultative type of a selling, where you are selling solutions, you're helping add value to that customer. So what I'm talking about here is to be a subject matter expert, and not in the sense of just in your product, but with the industry, the business, the retailer that you're focusing on. You need to understand their business as much as they do, help them, provide value to them in any way possible to stand out. And the more that you're able to understand the industry, understand their business, and understand your product, the better you're able to create valuable solutions for that customer that's actually focused on solving the challenges within their business. And it's not just looked at in the sense that you're trying to get something out of them. You're providing them a valuable solution to their particular set of challenges, which gets you into a much deeper relationship with that customer, a much deeper trust element to that customer, because they're going to view that as you are really trying to help them over you're trying to get a sale out of it. So with all this disruption, evolution that's happened in the world because of the internet and just how fast the world is moving, created clear winners and losers. It separates the competent, the extraordinary from those that are coasting. So if you are an outside sales professional struggling, or you're trying to figure out where you fit into all this, don't be quick to blame the internet or the company or the industry or any other thing that gets blamed in this situation. What you need to do is look at yourself, look at what you're doing, look if you are positioning yourself to create value in this new age of sales professionals, and ask yourself if you're doing what needs to be done on a day-to-day basis to get better than you were yesterday, so you make sure that you stand out. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to help support me, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button on this video. If this is the first time you've been introduced to my videos, would love for you guys to be a part of my community by subscribing to my channel. I upload several videos just like this weekly, and if you guys want to connect further outside of this platform, I do include all of my social media links down below. I just want to thank you guys again for your time. Hopefully I gave you some value in return, and we'll see you guys on the next video.